Hey guys, it's Christian Singh here, back from CNH Small. We're up at my cabin here for the Memorial Day weekend. I'm making a video here on Monday morning. Here it's around, I think around 10 o'clock in the morning. We get the all property all cleaned up here. Finally, looks pretty good up here now. It took about 4 hours to get the whole place cleaned up and stuff like that around here. Got all the grass cut. Everything else looks good. We're cleaning out the truck over there right now for that. All the grass around the property is all cleaned up. Everything looks pretty good around here. Even get the bank cleaned down by the river as well too. So I'll show you that down here. Because you gotta rake all these damn leaves up here every single springtime. It's just an absolute pain in the ass to get all raked down here, because it just takes at least 4 hours if you try to do it by yourself, or if you got maybe 2 or 3 people. It's a lot easier to do that. So we got it all cleaned up down there. Looks great. Looks great over there. All along there, that's our property line basically. And right along where the leaves are at, right there for that, so it looks pretty good now. Let me give you a better picture down here. There's the front of the cabin right there for the front. And you go down here for you guys. Got it all raked out down here. Looks great. It's all weed whacked. I did all the weed whacking myself around down here, but it's just like an absolute pain. Here's the bank down here, the steps. Going down there, they're all weed whacked up and stuff like that. Whole area's weed whacked down there. Yeah, we get tons of leaves up here in the fall time. It's just the whole place is absolutely covered with leaves. And if you ain't proactive about it, it's an absolute mess in the springtime. There it is down there. It's all cut, all cleaned up. Got it all cleaned up over there. We went all the way over to the side. If you can see over. Right over there, right to the edge where it's cut down there for that. So it's basically about maybe about 150, almost 150, 200 yards section down here for that. It's sort of shaped like a odd-shaped pie wedge, our property down here. And there's the dock, or as the saying right there for that. The river's still going down. It went down maybe about 3 or 4 inches since Saturday morning over here. And we got a lot of we gonna call lumps in the yard down there from the ice jam from last season on there for that. So everything else looks pretty good around here. Front of the cabin looks pretty good. There's the there's all the I call the not the cistern, the other sewage line over there. It's since we don't have plumbing here. Or I should say we have plumbing, but we don't have public plumbing for the water lines and anything else here. We just have a well and stuff like that. And get the front up here again for you. There's the tractor over there. There's the old boat. And neighbors are over there. Everything else looks good around here for that. Let me flip it around. There's the other side. There's the boss. She's in there. And we didn't whack up here at all yet. And go over there. Yeah. He's cleaning out the truck right now. And there's the fire pit. Fire pit still looks pretty good. Go over here and check it out. Yeah. Yeah, we had tons of logs we were burning up here yesterday and today and Saturday afternoon. We had like a 4-foot, 5-foot fire pit going. There we go. Go over here and check the tractor out. Yeah, this tractor's giving us problems this year over here. Doesn't want to charge up, so we're gonna have to start replacing parts on the ignition system on it for this one. This thing's probably maybe about 15 years old. And there's the good old gut buster. I call it the gut buster Honda string trim, because the thing's weighs a ton. If you're out using it for like a good hour or something like that, your arm is pretty much dead after that. Even though it's a heavy duty machine, it is heavy. That's why I say it's a heavy duty machine for one reason. We got a boat coming down the river. We got a jet boat. We got tons of these guys come up here all the time. They come up here from down Emlenton down there, up above the year, a couple of these up past Walleye Alley where we go fishing most of the time. See who we got down here today. And get a bass or a John boat, whatever you want to call it. Then you got a new Merc. Yeah, I got a new Merc engine on the back of his John boat. Ain't too bad. Yeah, those jet boats, they're almost like a requirement up here. When that water gets really low up here, jet boats are the only way to really go around here and stuff like that, because they're not going to be hitting and busting up your prop on the bottom of your drive shaft, your boat motor out there for that. So it's almost a requirement for some of these areas around here, because up past our eddy, you go up about another eddy up called Walleye Alley, plus the one above that, it gets extremely shallow up there during the summertime, and you almost need a jet boat to even get up through that. Okay, the last thing I got here for you guys is the update for the DDI AK. And I took 3 shots, or I should say 3 groups, I should say. Here is a preliminary shot that has the better target that you can shoot at. Shooting right in here, basically. It's just still shooting about an inch over to the left right there. I can basically adjust that because the sight, if you look at the 2 witness marks on the front sight post, the one is over to the left maybe about a millimeter and a half, so I can still adjust it over maybe another millimeter for that. That was the first test grouping with a nice good target right there for that. The second one here right below it is the second group. I took it after the barrel was pretty hot. Shooting about maybe about 100 rounds through it up there for that. That's just basically still shooting right straight through here. And here's a third grouping, and I couldn't see because it was getting kind of crappy up there for the. Let me see. How the hell I have it here? Yeah, there we go. It was shooting a little bit low right here, probably because of me and the wind up there. So it's still shooting relatively accurate. I still got to move it over there. I think this ammunition right here was 2009 production, so there's probably going to be a little bit different like variances between them. So you can basically see these 2 groups right here. These 2 groups are almost very similar to each other right there. And this one right here is a little bit different right there for that, because this is 2009 ammunition, Silver Bear. This one had the sealed lacquer primers. These one have the 2014 production primers that are non-sealed on the back for that. So that's basically a review of everything we did up here over the weekend. And let me see what else we got here. Simpsons didn't show up over here for the weekend. We had what's it called, Denny Stern came, the guy on the opposite side of that white cabin over there for that. He came over here a couple days for that, but everything else looks okay up here, nice and clean. I think my dad went up and cut the upper property portion up there. Let me go double check that. Yeah, it's all cleaned up there. We went up there and cut that portion up there, because we own all the way up there basically. If you can see that that last tree right before the clearing over there, we have a property stake right over there, and we got another stake right over here on the opposite side. You can see that little like Pepsi can. You can get a better shot for that. This camera ain't the greatest when it's focusing and stuff like that. So there it is. You can see right there the pop can, the blue pop can right there. That's our property line with Simpsons over there. That's Simpson over there on the right side of there with that boat. And the other property line for us over here is right at the edge of that field. You can see like a little stick up, basically sticking up right out there in the opening, probably about 8 foot out in the property line right there. That's where our property line ends, and the what's it called, Blaine's family's property starts right there. So basically we own this whole like a brush, it's not cleared out area right over there for that, and that's where we got right there for that. So it's basically a oblong pie wedge. It basically goes straight up through the hills right there all the way to the top of the hill, which is it's about a 15-minute hike all the way to the top up there. It's about roughly 10 acres for that. And there's our sign, good old Camp Caljamaid. I'm signing off, guys. I'll see you. Have a nice Memorial Day weekend.